way back over 55 years in one way or another, and it's been a real treat and an honest pleasure to have a relationship with John Ryan.
What I know John as a person, it's wonderful to work with, and I've worked with him in enough environments to get a lot of enjoyment out of the way our minds work together and what we can accomplish together.
I've always been very, very impressed, not only with John himself, but with the people he hires. He surrounds himself with excellent people who are serious, honest, hardworking, dedicated people.
John and his former partner Tom Wright started in their early 20s just doing odd jobs, which is the way I started. And then when they really ran out of large enough jobs on Cliff Island, they started to tentatively pick up a little bit of work in Portland, and it just went on from there.
John is a true entrepreneur. He started this company with his partner, Tom Wright, and he built it into a company with a very strong reputation for excellence and quality and service. It's a testimony to John and his skill in building an organization as well as a business, and having his values permeate his organization.
Wright Ryan, I think, has always seemed to me like a company which just gets right to the point, focuses in like a laser beam on the exact problems that have to be solved. It doesn't spend a lot of time on glitz, doesn't spend a lot of time on spin. They really let their work speak for itself. Ever since I first met John, I always had a sense that he was very, very serious about what his company does, which doesn't mean that he takes himself necessarily terribly seriously, but he takes his work very seriously, and I think he has very high standards for himself and for everybody who works for him.
They built the earliest fully LEED home in Freeport quite a while ago, maybe 15 years ago, and so they were groundbreakers and trendsetters in that regard as well. We see LEED all over the place now.
You can feel a level of intensity in John. At the same time, he's a very humble person.
He displays that intensity in a variety of ways. The way that I've seen it most has been in the way he prepares for interviews for construction jobs, which his firm is competing for. And they had really thought through practical challenges of that job in a way that none of the others who interviewed had done.
I most extensively worked with him at Boys and Girls Club. He was on the board, I think, for 18 years. He and I were both officers of the organization, and we both were presidents of the board. It's interesting, his commitment there is very aligned with junior achievement, because it's helping lots of young people try and prepare them for adulthood. He was a wonderful leader for the organization for a long, long time.
They were able, even in their earliest days themselves, Tom and John, to appreciate the value of growing these kids' skills. If you're going to be a ski jumper, you don't start off on a 100-meter ski jump. You start off on a 3-meter ski jump, and that's what I think they understood with young people. Is you just start someone at a level that is reachable, and build from there.
I think John embodies values that any young person would do well to emulate.
You can see that they make a commitment to working with social service organizations and housing organizations and places like Preble Street and the Boys and Girls Club. And they do really good work for them.
I'm just grateful for the relationship that we've had for so many years, and I look forward to a lot more of them.